Hi, this is Miss Schmidt, your librarian again. I'm coming to you from my desk in my office, overlooking the cul-de-sac at my house. It's a bright and sunshiny day. I'm hoping it warms up. It's been kind of cold lately on break, so I'm hoping for a little bit warmer temperatures because I like to go out for walks or maybe go to the park, and I hope you're having a great time on your break too. So I'm reading for you again. This is Waiting for the Biblioburro, and this is actually a book that third grade reads as part of their text sets. But I thought it was so great that I would share it with everybody. And this is what I was referring to when I come around in the hallways and offer books to kids during first period, which I'm going to try to get out every once in a while and just have some books out there in case kids are just not able to get to the library because they're busy at lunch or have other things. So, but I just really want to get books into the hands of my students, which is you guys. So this book is written by Monica Brown, and the illustrations are by John Para. And it is going to have a similar theme as That Book Woman that I read for you once before. And if you haven't watched that video yet, you can go ahead and check it out on my channel. So let's get started. It says, on a hill behind a tree, there is a house. In the house, there is a bed, and on that bed, there is a little girl named Anna, fast asleep, dreaming all about the world outside and beyond the hill. And I'll show you the pictures too because it's beautifully illustrated. When Anna wakes up to the rooster's Kiki, Poppy is already at work on the farm, and Mommy is busy in the garden and bathes her little brother, feeds the goats, and collects the eggs to sell at the market. After breakfast, Anna and her mother walk down the hill, and Anna closes her eyes against the sun and wishes she was back in the cool of the house with her libro, her book. Yeah, I sometimes wish that too if I'm out doing things, that I was back at home with my book. Anna has read her book, her only book, so many times she knows it by heart, which means by memory. The book was a gift from her teacher for working so hard on her reading and writing. But last fall, her teacher moved far away, and now there is no one to teach Anna and the other children in her village. And so sometimes there's places that are so remote that there aren't teachers to teach the children. And so those of you that are in school, my students, are very lucky that you get an education. Here's a picture of Anna reading her book and her teacher. So at night, on her bed in the house on the hill, Anna makes up her own cuentos and tells the stories to her little brother to help him fall asleep. She tells him stories about make-believe creatures that live in the forest, in the mountains, and the sea, and she wishes for new stories to read. But her teacher with the books has gone. And this is all about the stories. One morning, Anna wakes up to the sound of tack-a-tack, clip-clap, and a loud yeah. And when Anna looks down the hill below her house, she sees a man with a sign that reads Biblioburro. And with the man, there are 2 burros. What are they carrying? What are they carrying? Libros, books. Anna runs down the hill to the man with the sign and the burros and the books. Other children run to him too, skipping down hills and stomping through the fields. Who are you? Who are they? The children ask. The man says, I am a librarian, a bibliotecario, and these are my burros, Alpha and Beta. Welcome to the Biblioburro, my biblioteca. But Senor, Anna says, I thought libraries were only in big cities and buildings. Not this one, says the librarian. This is a moving library. Then he spreads out his books and invites the children to join him under a tree. There he is with all his books. Once upon a time, the librarian begins sharing the story of an elephant who swings from a spider's web. He reads from the books with beautiful pictures and then helps the little ones learn their alphabet, A, B, C, D, A, R, O. He sings A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Finally, he says, now it's your turn. Pick out the books, and in a few weeks, I will be back to collect them and bring you new ones. Me too? Asked Anna. Especially you, says the librarian with a smile. So many cuentos. While Alpha and Beto chomp the sweet grass under the tree, Anna picks up the book after book and finds pink dolphins and blue butterflies, castles and fairies, talking lions, and magic carpets. Someone should write a story about your burrows, Anna tells the librarian, rubbing Alpha's nose and feeding more grass to Beto. Why don't you? He asks. Then he packs up the books and is off. Enjoy, he calls to the children. I will be back. Anna runs up the hill to her house, hugging the books to her chest. She can't wait to share her books with her brother. And that night she reads until she can't keep her eyes open any longer. I've done that before. Each morning, Anna does her chores and reads and looks out her window. She listens for the sounds of Alpha and Beto. But weeks pass and the librarian doesn't return. When will he come back? She asks her mother, who smiles and says, Go read, Anna. When will he come back? She asks her mother, who smiles and says, Go draw, Anna. When will he come back? She asks her mother, who smiles and says, Go write, Anna. When will he come back? She asks her mother, who finally says, Go to bed, Anna. One night, Anna dreams she is flying over her country on a butterfly's back, and in her dreams she crosses mountains and oceans and rivers and jungles, bringing stories everywhere she goes. Stories fly from her mouth and fingers like magic, falling into the hands of the children waiting below. When Anna wakes up, she misses Alpha and Beto and the Biblioburro's books. She remembers that the librarian told her that she could write a book, and so with paper and string and colored pencils, she does. Finally, just when Anna thinks she'll never see the Biblioburro again, she wakes to "Ee-ah, ee-ah," and the children yelling, and she runs down the hill with her library books and a special surprise of her very own. I wrote this cuento for you, she says. Que bueno, the librarian says, and then he reads her story to the children under the tree. When it's time to go, Anna's book is packed carefully on the burro's back, ready to be carried away over the hills, through the fields, to another child who is asleep on a bed in a house, on a hill, behind a tree, dreaming of Alpha and Beto and all of the new stories the Biblioburro will bring. And there's a little author's note that I'm going to read to you. It says, how far would you go for a book? How far would a librarian travel to bring a book to you? Around the world, there are many librarians and libraries that travel long distances, just like the Biblioburro. In Kenya, camel caravans deliver books to nomads in the desert, and in Sweden, Stockholm, floating libraries deliver books to islanders on book boats. In Zimbabwe, there is a donkey-drawn mobile cart library. In the United States, bookmobiles started out as book wagons.
This book was inspired by a particular librarian I was honored to get to know, Luis Soriano Bojorquez, near La Gloria, Colombia. This teacher and librarian delivers books to children who live in remote villages with the help of his 2 donkeys, Alpha and Beto. Luis's Biblioburro program is an inspiration to us all, and you can learn more about Luis by going online. And this book is a celebration of Luis and all of the teachers and librarians who bring books to children everywhere, across deserts, fields, mountains, and even water. And I hope you enjoyed waiting for the Biblioburro. Until next time, bye for now.